So once again, my name is Mario Ramirez. I work for Hyphen Solutions, have worked for Hyphen for about 5 years now. Did a little bit of implementation consulting, and now I am on the sales side. So for any of your sales needs or questions that you may have, my contact information will be available afterwards. Please reach out. I'm always more than happy to help out. So we're going to go ahead and dive a little bit into BuildPro today, specifically regarding document management. Document management, as everybody is probably aware of, is incredibly important in regards to your business, just because a lot of the times for your site supers, you have to have documents available for them to access, or even really your homeowners, if you're needing to share documents there. BuildPro offers a platform to share all those documents all within one house, so you don't have to worry technically about emailing or even faxing, because good Lord, who faxes these days. But anyways, so I wanted to show you guys what that looks like in BuildPro today. As always, there is a chat feature available, so if you have any questions, feel free to chime on in, and I'll get those answered for you guys. But all right, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bandwidth sake. Perfect. Put this away. So what we'll be doing today, just to kind of talk a little bit more breakout wise, so we're going to take a look at document management, specifically how to navigate document management, understanding all of the different components of it, and what that looks like for you. We're going to take a look at uploading an actual document, what you can do with a document in the process of uploading, and even after you've uploaded that document. We'll also take a look at what kind of modifications can you make to the structure of your document management, meaning folders. When a folder is created, can you add additional folders? Can you label those folders? What can be done in the way that we store our company's documents? So we'll take a look at that. And then what we'll do is how to kind of access those documents in different ways, meaning that from the home screen or from an actual job. And then last but not least, we'll take a look at how document management actually applies to several parts of BuildPro, specifically in the warranty world, and how we can share those documents with our homeowners. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to look at here is navigating document management. What does that mean? What does it look like? And what can we do? So right from the home page, really this is the quickest, most obvious way of accessing your documents. But if you look here on the home page, you scroll down, you're going to see a document management section. Below that, you're going to have 3 links: new document list, view managed documents, and manage document folder. So we'll take a look at these 3 separate links and how they differ. But before we do that, let's look at the structure and what it means to navigate document management. So I'm going to click into this middle section here, view and manage documents. What this is going to do is it's going to bring us here to a page that looks like this with a couple of different folders. Now, before I get into navigating the different folders, please be aware, for those of you that are already on BuildPro, that security roles, appropriate security roles, do need to be assigned to your users in order to access these documents. There is a difference between document admin and document viewer. So please make sure that you understand the differences between those, and the appropriate ones are assigned to your employees or users. Now, once you have those user abilities to access document management, in order to navigate, what you're looking at here is, and this is a demo account that I use, but this would be very representative of your company's structure. What I mean by that, let's go ahead and take this to the top. At the very top of your document management screen, you should see your company level, meaning that here for MJR Builders, you'd be able to see, this is the actual company level. Below that, some of you guys operate just within your cities. Some of you guys are multinational, right? You're nationals and you're building across the country. So this is really where you would start to see the breakout of how your company is set up. This is important because you're going to need this in order to find the correct divisions or communities so that you can load jobs or documents at that job level. Here, the way that my company is structured is at the very top, you've got company, then you've got the actual region. Below the region, we're going to have our division. And below the divisions, we have our communities. So company level, region, division, communities. Lots or homes are loaded within the community level. As you can see here, I've clicked into my Amstel's community, and we can see all of the individual jobs that exist within the community. Now, you may ask yourself, well, how are the actual job folders created? At what point in time do I have to do that, or does that manually happen? So the answer there really depends on whether you're using Hyphen on a completely integrated platform, meaning that your ERP system is hooked up to it, or if you're using it standalone, where you don't have an ERP system feeding BuildPro information. The grand majority of users are integrated with ERP systems such as Bricks, for example, or Homefront, two fantastic ERP systems that integrate flawlessly with BuildPro. If you guys are interested in what those two different ERP systems are, feel free to type in a note and we'll reach out to you after the presentation. But for those of you that are integrated, the question here originally was, how do we get these individual job folders to populate? These folders actually populate once the job hits BuildPro. So once you've assigned a construction start date and you've got all of your POs ready to go, you send that job to BuildPro, it hits a template and the job populates. Not only does the job populate, but an actual folder is created with that job's name. Now, once that folder is created, here, let's take a look at, for example, 1904 Aspen Drive. When I double click into Aspen Drive, we'll see that we have access to the different documents that have been uploaded. We'll get back to clicking into the documents and what we can do here in a minute. I want to make sure everybody's comfortable with navigating the actual module. Now, what I was using and I didn't describe, so my apologies, were these different chevrons. We like to call them chevrons. I've heard arrow drop-down boxes. I've heard different names, but we call them chevrons. What they are just kind of letting you know that there's more information at that level. If the arrows are pointing up, it means that it's already been expanded. If they're facing down, you can click into it to kind of access that level. So this is how you expand and then minimize, again, the different sections of document management. Now, this is very similar to, for example, a normal Microsoft Office document platform. So that's important because it's, well, easy to learn because it's very similar to what most people are already using on their computers. So as far as navigating the actual piece, it's pretty much that. It's making sure that you understand that this is all broken down to the different levels of your organization. Finding that job is simply understanding what community or region it's in and accessing it. Now, if you're building locally, this is pretty simple. But what happens when you're a multinational or you're a pretty large company, you've got divisions across the United States, that would take forever to find the actual lot to find the documents. So there's got to be a much more simple way of doing this. There absolutely is. If we go here through the jobs tab, this is going to quickly show us all of the jobs that we are assigned to. Once again, for those of you that are already on BuildPro, being able to view a job is based on having the correct security roles and those actual jobs assigned to you, something that we'll cover later on in our different webinars. But once you've clicked into jobs and you see a list of all of the jobs that are assigned to you, let's go back to our 1904 example, 1904 Aspen Drive. If I needed to find the documents that are related to this job, instead of going through document management, which might take me a little bit longer, I can simply click into my actual job, 1904 Aspen Drive, and any of the scheduling methods. And from there, we have our documents link. We can click into this. And as we'll see here in a second, it's going to go ahead and do all of that breakout for us. So notice that now that I clicked into the document via the actual job, instead of having to navigate through all of the different folders and chevrons, it took me directly there, right? And we can see that 1904 Aspen Drive has been highlighted. So and there's access to your documents. So just another way of navigating and getting to those documents. But last way that I want to show you here as far as navigating the module goes is right from the home page. Now, this is going to be specific to new documents being loaded. But as we can see back on the home page under document management, under new documents list, we can click into this. And we're going to have the ability to look out up to 30 days as far as documents being loaded. I generally like to leave this as viewed and for viewed and unviewed. But as you can see, you can be specific about the document that you're trying to find, right? So let's just leave it at both display documents. And here we are. We can see that these are the documents that we have recently loaded, specific to either the job or the ticket, which we'll look at here in a little bit and how this relates to warranty. See a little bit more information as far as size, document type, notes. So you can add notes specific to a document, all things that we'll get to see here in just a second. A really cool piece of this is the ability to track whether or not a document has been accessed. a lot of the times for your BuildPro admins or your more administrator roles in the office, when you upload documents, you want to make sure that your site supervisors or that your trades have actually viewed the document. The last thing you want to do is call a trade to ask them a question about a document that you loaded. They haven't even seen it. So you actually are able to see here from this page whether or not the document's been accessed. Just kind of a nice little audit trail. But we'll see where you can see that a little bit later on as well. But just again, another kind of the last way that I wanted to show you guys that you could navigate document management. All right. So next thing that I want to show you guys, now that everybody understands kind of how to get around document management and how to access those documents via a couple of different ways, I want to show you guys what you can actually do with your folder structure. So let's go ahead, and before I click into this last link, what I mean by that is, as you just saw, when you click into document management and you start to access the different levels of your company via document management, you can see that what we talked about earlier, every time that a job is loaded to BuildPro or a job is created manually in BuildPro, a folder automatically populates for that. But a lot of times what, I've seen several builders do it this way, is that they like to keep those folders organized in the sense that they want to have, for example, a permits folder, a options folder, a plot plans folder, or different types of folders that also populate with the actual job. Maybe it's because of the different types of folders that you're uploading, or maybe it's because you want to keep one folder visible to your trades and another not. So we'll get a chance to look at that here in 1 second. So how do we get multiple folders to populate for a job when a job is loaded? Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and head home. And in order to modify the structure of your document management module, we're going to go here into Manage Document Folders. Now, from document folders, what we're going to do is we're going to collapse our, at the division level, we're going to collapse. And when we see that, we see an option for reoccurring subfolders. I'm going to click into the chevron there to drop it. And what we're looking at here are the different levels at which we want reoccurring folders to populate. What this means is that for those of you that are integrated, anytime that a new community is created in BuildPro, not only are you going to get a community level folder, but you have the ability to create reoccurring folders of your choice. That exact same explanation applies at the job level, at the phase level, or anytime that a home is moved into warranty status, creating a warranty folder. So let's do this at the job level so you get an easy idea of what that can look like. I'm going to double click into job. We're going to go ahead and click create reoccurring folder. This is pretty simple and quick to do. Let's call this our permits folder. We can put in a slight description, active, allow subfolders. We can create additional folders to these reoccurring folders. If that's how detailed you want to get, go for it. Allow supplier access. Yes, you will be able to give your suppliers in SupplyPro the ability to view these documents. So we're going to keep this simple and put in yes. Allow folder upload, or allow supplier upload. Do we want our suppliers to be uploading to these documents or to these folders? Yes, go for it. Now, something that I think is really nice here is the ability to retroactively add these folders to existing jobs. What I have found in the past is that sometimes we load 100 jobs to BuildPro and we realize, oh no, we didn't set up recurring folders. That means we're going to have to redo that all over again. It does not. If you remember from previous example, which I'll show you here, I'm going to click View Manage Docs. Currently, when I click into document management and I take a look at all of my different lots, I only have a folder per lot. I do not have this permits reoccurring folder that we're getting ready to create. So adding it retroactively, I'm going to go ahead and hit add to existing. Retention year, retention, we can do this indefinitely. Let's go ahead and click add reoccurring folder. So now that I've added this permits folder, not only am I going to receive that permits folder every time I load a new job to BuildPro moving forward, but if we did this correctly, we can go back into a regular folder, check out one of our communities, and there it is. As you can see now, each one of our individual job lots also has a chevron next to it. When I click into it, there's our permits folder. For every single lot, it already existed. So not only did that apply retroactively, but from here moving forward, anytime a home is loaded into BuildPro, not only are you going to get the actual lot folder, but you're going to get this additional permits folder that acts as a reoccurring folder. So just a way that you can modify your current document management module. And you can also delete this. So you can move backwards and get rid of it if you'd like. So let's take a look, and folks, I think that my chat feature might be a little bit off, so I'm not sure if I've received any questions or comments, but I think my counterpart is receiving them, so they will let me know if there are any questions. So I will get those at the end, I promise. Collapse that. All right. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about here, now that we really understand navigating document management, understanding what we can do with our folders, well, let's take a look at actually uploading a document to document management. Not only uploading that document, but what can we do to that document while we're uploading, after we've uploaded, and what does sharing that document with our trades really look like? As we all know, it's incredibly important to make it simple, not only for your users to upload documents, but also for your trades to receive and access those documents. So let's take a look at that. Now, let's just go ahead and continue on with our 1904 example that we've looked at. I'm going to go into AMSTLs, phase 0, and here's 1904 Aspen Drive. To upload a document to a folder, all you have to do is double click into the folder, and once you receive the rest of the documents on the right, that's how you can kind of know, or once you see these links down here is when you know that you're able to upload documents. Now, so far I've really only talked about uploading documents at the job level, but what if we want to upload at the community level? What if we want to upload at the division level, or even the region, or even the company? You can absolutely upload documents at any level of your document structure, whether it be for community specific permits or division specific information sheets, whatever it may be. All you have to do is double click into that section, and as you can see here, I can upload folders or upload documents now into my division level. But let's go back to 1904 Aspen Drive. Let's upload a document. So very simple. I'm going to go ahead and click into upload documents, and when we receive this box, we can either drag and drop or choose a file. What I've done is I went ahead and opened up my documents tab here. This might freeze on me for just a second, but bear with me. It should be right back. While this continues to load, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop a couple of documents so that you can see while you are uploading this document, what are you able to do to it and how does that work? So now that this is populated, let's just go with something simple. We can go with warranty claim 2. I'm just going to drag and drop. Notice that once I hover over the drop screen, it turns kind of that teal color. We can go ahead and drop, and there it is, one file selected. We can go ahead and click upload. Okay. All right. So we can see in the background that we have the warranty claim that's already been loaded, but now we have our window, our pop-up window, and from here we can kind of see what we can do to this document before uploading it. So a couple things. We can rename this document if need be. This is what once you rename it, you'll be able to find this document with this actual name. Document notes, if there's anything related to the document that you want to specify outside of the actual document, this would be a great place to do it. Document notes, as you can see here, are going to be able to be shared even in SupplyPro. But a couple of different sections, document viewable and homeowner portal. This is important for warranty reasons, or even your home progress module. So as a lot of you probably already know, or if you don't, Hyphen Solutions has a wonderful warranty module where you can create, monitor, and complete warranty tickets all from within BuildPro. These tickets also have the ability to receive documents or photos. Now, those warranty claims can either be submitted internally or by a homeowner portal. The homeowner portal is good for not only while the home is being built, so you can keep your homeowners, let them know how the home is going and send them pictures as it's being built, but also for warranty reasons. So that's what this is speaking to here. We'll take a look at that here shortly. Document viewable in SupplyPro. This is simply allowing your trades in SupplyPro to have access to this document. And same thing with the notes. But what I like about this is it really allows you to specify what and who you want accessing, the document. Now, at the actual job level, when you're uploading a document to the job level and you want to assign the trades the ability to view that document, you do so specifically by the task that trade is assigned to. Reason being is if you change trades on that task, you want to make sure that regardless of what trade is completing that task, they have access to that document. So what this does is it makes sure that even if you switch the trade on the task, the document is still specific to that task, so any trade fulfilling it will have access to it. If you upload a document at the actual community level, you can select your actual trades that are loaded into the jobs at that community level. But okay, so we can keep this nice and simple. Do it for both there. We're going to simply hit update and close, and there we go, right? So what can you do to this document after it's been loaded? So after it's been loaded, a couple of cool things. First one we're going to look at here, and it's across these different icons, is the history. We talked a little bit about history earlier in that you can see when a folder has been accessed. So sure enough, here you can see when it was opened, how many times it's been read, or if it's been edited. So kind of a nice little paper trail that you can follow with your documents. Another option here is your edit icon. Now, editing is for once you've uploaded a document, if you decide that you wanted to change something in what you did in the screen, that's what that's good for. So I wanted to come back here to show you how you can notify your suppliers once a document has been uploaded. So you're going to get this view right after you've uploaded that document. If you want to send an external message to your trades that a document has been uploaded, meaning you don't want them to rely on logging into SupplyPro, we can go ahead and click here into the Notify Suppliers and Builders. And you've got a couple of options here. Not only can you send your actual supers or your users an email outside of BuildPro, but you can send the trades an email as well. You can consider this as a nice little reminder that a document has been loaded into SupplyPro or BuildPro and they need to go in and check it. Now, they won't be able to access the document directly from this email, but it'll be an alert letting them know to click in or log into either BuildPro or SupplyPro to access that document. So nice and easy to use. All right. The other option that we have here is update. Now, what update is fantastic for is after you've uploaded a document, let's say you have all this paper trail now because you've had 14 different users access it. You like to keep track of that, or there are notes that you've written into this document. You don't really want to get, or all of a sudden you have to update this document. You don't want to have to delete the document, update it, and then reload it to BuildPro because you're going to lose a lot of that history. So what we have the option to do here is click into update. We can access the actual document and it'll open it up in whatever program it was created in. You can simply save, and after you've saved, it keeps up with that updated file in BuildPro, allowing you to keep all of the previous history and notes that were written in for that document. So pretty cool feature here. And last but not least is the ability to disable a doc. Disabling a doc is good for when you don't necessarily want to delete a document out of BuildPro because you want to keep up with the history and the notes, but you've also decided that it no longer needs to be viewable by whatever users. So a great way to do that. Or if you simply want to delete, all we have to do is address the final box here and delete selected docs. So nice and simple. Now, guys, like I said, at this point, I'd usually be asking if anybody has any questions. But I don't believe the chat feature is working, but continue typing those in and my counterpart will send them over at the end of the meeting. All right, guys, now let's take a look at where else can we upload documents. What I mean by that is in the warranty world. So what I've showed you is, a job is loaded into BuildPro, and once that job is loaded and ready for construction, a folder appears that we can upload documents to. Well, does that mean that once a home is done being built that we can't continue to upload documents to it? Or what happens when a home goes into warranty status and we're using BuildPro's warranty module? Are we able to upload documents to that job even after it's entered warranty status? The answer is yes, you absolutely can. So let's go ahead and click here into our warranty tab. And in warranty, let's just quickly identify, let's see, go here into all primary users. We're gonna identify just any old regular ticket. I'm gonna go into new tickets. We can see here that we've got a couple of different homes with tickets in them. Let's go into this 2023 Ryan Avenue. So when I click into the ticket structure for this, all of a sudden we see that we've got a couple of options here, one specifically for documents. If I hover over this docs feature, I can click into it. And as you can see, it's brought us right back to document management. Not only that, but it showed us specifically within which community and phase our warranty job is in. We can see that it's highlighted here. I can expand into the chevron, and we can see that we have warranty documents for Ryan Avenue, specific to each ticket that was created. So here we can see that this initial document was a warranty setup example. So as you can see, you can upload documents to a job regardless of what status is in, and you have all of the same tracking features regardless of what status it's in. So something good to know. All right, now the last piece that I want to cover with you guys today is a piece that I find to be incredibly useful for our builders, and that's going to be Trade Finder. So what Trade Finder is, and I'll show you how to get there. We're simply going to hover over Home or really any of the different tabs, and when you scroll down to the bottom, we can see Trade Finder. So before I get into it, what is Trade Finder and why do I think that it's so important? Now, as we all know, good labor or labor in general these days is hard to find. As I traveled around the country implementing BuildPro for different builders, the same kind of common theme always came up, in that it was hard to find labor, specifically good labor. And if you want to throw another layer to that, good, reliable labor that's using SupplyPro. SupplyPro is very common and a lot of people use it, but it's just another layer as far as requirements that you're looking for. So sometimes it can make it hard to find work or trades. What Trade Finder does, and I'm going to go ahead and click into it, is Trade Finder gives you, the BuildPro users, the ability to find trades already using SupplyPro. Not only that, but it adds a couple of filters in where you can get specific as to how many years of experience they have. As we can see here, years on SupplyPro or just general years in business. And another piece that's nice is you can see exactly what type of insurance they have. A lot of the times we have to make sure that our trades are insured, otherwise that could be a huge liability. But as you can see here, you can get specific as to the exact expertise. We've got pretty much any single department or area you can think of, years in general business and years on SupplyPro. So that's kind of a good differentiation to see as you're looking, or if you want to find, if you're looking for specific keywords, type those in, that works as well. But just as an example, let's just try something general. Drywall, you can type in and it'll take you to that right away. And let's just kind of leave this wide open as far as years in business and years on SupplyPro. Let's go ahead and hit search. I know that this is kind of small, so. But we immediately start to see, based on our zip code here, 7528, which is a Dallas zip code where I'm from, we can see that we've got a couple of different trades that have popped up. We can see exactly how they operate within SupplyPro. This is important because if you're using the lien release module in BuildPro, you need your trade to have SupplyPro. So you can immediately see this here, or whether or not they're using BidConnect. This is incredibly useful for you builders as you're trying to use your entire BuildPro suite while also trying to find additional work or additional trades. So as I scroll down here, you can see years in business, years on SupplyPro, expertise, and so forth, right? From here, you can actually click into the individual trades to access their own Trade Finder pages that they've created. Your trades are instructed on how to create this, so they can give you a little bit of information on location, who they are, and what they do. So Trade Finder, incredibly useful. Think of it as a yellow pages specifically for trades on SupplyPro. As we all know, trades are hard to find these days, so if we can make it a little bit easier on you, we'd love to do that. But all right, guys, that is what I've got for today. I'd like to, like I said, let me wait. I'm waiting to see for my counterpart to send me over whatever questions they may have. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on just so that I can properly address everyone. All right.
So yeah, we did
Tyler,
get a few questions in, Mario.
perfect.
So if you delete a recurring folder, what happens to any documents in that folder?
Great question. So if you delete reoccurring folders, in the process of deleting those folders, you'll actually get prompted to whether or not you want to keep the folders. So what happens is that all of the folders that were spread out across the reoccurring folders are migrated to the lot level folder. So you get away with those reoccurring folders that you've created, but you keep all of the documents along with the documents histories that you've previously loaded.
Next question, would adding a recurring folder enable homeowner uploads through the home warranty portal? Currently, it says no document folder was found when a homeowner attempts to upload.
Interesting. So I would recommend reaching out to support. Sounds like a pretty specific ticket, but once that job once that homeowner portal has been activated for the homeowner and they have access to it, they should be able to share documents back and forth between them and the builder. So I would recommend reaching out to support, and they should be able to help you out.
What is the retention period for the system generated folders? Are they set to indefinite or some other value?
It's indefinite. So unless you're going out there and deleting the jobs, you're going to have them indefinitely. And keep in mind that when you go to delete a job, BuildPro will actually ask you if you want to keep those folders or those documents or not. There's a deleted jobs section where you would be able to keep track of those.
Can a trade be alerted externally of a document being uploaded? Externally meaning SupplyPro.
Absolutely, yes. So if you remember the upload section when we were going and uploading the document, it gave us the ability to send out emails. That would be considered an external notification to them outside of SupplyPro. So good question. You can absolutely do that.
Is there a data limit to documents being uploaded?
Yes, there is a data limit. I believe that initially and don't quote me here, but I think it's 50 gigs a month that you're able to upload to BuildPro. But if you need more storage than that, we can work with you on different plans.
What document types are supported?
Oh, I mean, pretty much every document type that you can think of. You can see that here under view and manage documents. When you go to upload a document, it gives you just kind of a quick, let me double click into this, upload documents. Here we go. So no more than 10 files can be uploaded at one time. And this 56 megabytes, this is just because it's my demo environment, so it's not the actual data. But here you can see all of the different doc types that are allowed.
Can you view docs in the app for BuildPro and SupplyPro?
Great question. Yes, you can absolutely. So any document that's uploaded to a job can be accessed via either the BuildPro application or the SupplyPro application. So yeah, you'll have full access to that in the apps.
And those are all the questions that we have, Mario.
Good questions, guys. Well, Tyler, did we have anything else that I wanted to bring up? I don't believe. No, guys, that is pretty much all that I have for you today. I wanted to say thanks to everybody that joined us. I appreciate it, and everybody. I know that everybody's really busy, so we appreciate your guys' time. If there's anything we can do for you, please reach out to us. We're always more than happy to help out. I believe my contact information, as well as Tyler's, was made available to you in the invite. If not, we're a simple Google away. We're always happy to help. That's what we're here for. So thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate you.
Also, Mario, can you add the contact page up so they can have the contact information to reach out?
Yes, give me 1 second. Tyler, can you put that up on the screen? I don't have that. Sorry, guys, just 1 second.
So I hope you guys can see my screen right now. Normally I don't share my screen in the presentation, but if you can get in touch with us through our sales@ihyphen.com email address, or of course you can always reach us at our phone number for Hyphen Solutions 877-508-2547. So hopefully that is showing up on the screen currently.
Yeah, it looks good.
Awesome. All right, well, this webinar recording will be sent out to you guys tomorrow. So if you want to share that with anybody on your sales team, or if you need to review any sections that you might have needed more details, or for any other questions. And that is all that we have for you today.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Reach out to us if you need anything.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.